Good afternoon. Hi, how are you all? I know you haven't seen much of me, but I've been very busy trying to get the house ready for when the family arrive. And because, you know, my shoulders and my back and everything and my knees, it's all very slow going, so I have to do a little bit at a time. The good news is my shoulders feeling a lot better. The arms are still sore down each side. I'm still going to go to the MRI scan thing, yeah, to see if I can find out what exactly is wrong, because the back of my neck's been hurting. I feel like a tale of woe, but I've really been doing too much. But I mean, my son said, oh, just leave it, we'll sort it when we come. But pride, you know, I didn't want him to come to a very untidy house, but I'm still at the stage where it's looking more untidy than it was when I started, although I've thrown out loads of stuff. But yeah, so I know I said I wasn't going to order any wool, but yes, I know, I've been very naughty. But it's from Kemp's, and they had this Aran 400 gram balls on sale, and I use a lot of Aran thickness. It's a bit like just a bit thicker than your worsted if you're in the US, and it was on sale for, I think it was $4.99 or $3.99 a ball. Let me just have a little look at my bill. There it is. Kemp's. Cover up with the address. There we go. Kemp's. And it was $3.99 a ball. And it should have been $7.99 a ball. So I've saved £4 on each ball, which is quite a lot to save, isn't it? They are 400 gram balls of Robin Aran, and that's the pink, that's the black. There's two of each, so the black must be in another one. Two in lilac. So I'm quite chuffed. So I mean, I've saved 4 times 8. Saved £32, haven't I? Oh, why have I only got 3 colours? Oh no, I haven't. I've got 4. Purple. What else would it be but purple? Purple and the other black. So I'm pretty chuffed about that. Yeah, I spent £31.92 I paid. But it should have been 60 something pound if it was, what, nearly £8 a ball. I mean, believe me, that is the price of it, because I've paid £7.99. Call it £8. I paid £8 a ball for it before, and it's a really nice. Oh, I haven't got the strength of a kitten today. I haven't done anything much today. I've got the ironing to do. You can see this house, it looks like I don't know what. If I keep going like that, I've got a floater in my eye, and it looks like a little fly, you know, those little midget flies. So every time I look up, I'm like, because I think it's a fly. Yeah, it's, where are we now? It's 100% acrylic. I thought it was a mixture, but it's not. It's Robin Aran. It's not the softest, but then again, Aran never is the softest, is it? Its needle sizes 3 3/4 to 4.5, US 5 to 7. Mild machine wash, do not iron, cool tumble dry. And it's got approximately 800 metres, is it? Do you know, I can't see a thing without my glasses. 874 yards, 800 metres. So there we go. So I know I said I wasn't buying any more yarn, but Couldn't resist a bargain like that. I haven't bought any since I've been ill and not doing any. The good news is I am back to doing a little bit of crochet, but I'm taking it very steadily because I don't want to do any more damage here. Right, I've got a review of 2 magazines today. Simply Crochet. This one's issue 43. And Inside Crochet. And this one's, don't know what issue this one is. Oh, just keeping it quiet what issue it is. Anyway, it's the latest one. One of them had darning needles in a little container. I think it was this one that had the darning needles in. This one looked as though it should have had something stuck to it, but there was nothing stuck to it, but never mind. It was the magazine I bought for. I was in the supermarket and I thought, well, being as I can't do any crochet, I'll at least look at the books. And didn't set my timer, did I? The battery's going on this thing anyway. Right, I better set it for 20 and not 24 because I've actually been... There we are. I've actually been talking for a little while, haven't I? That one isn't a pattern, but it's just showing somebody was yarn bombing. And that's the flowers that they put on it. It was in Bath. Very, very pretty. Especially for yarn bombing, that's very pretty. They're not usually that nice, the flowers, are they, when you're yarn bombing? It's got the usual. I do like that though. You know, I've got this weaving loom that I bought when I couldn't crochet. But that's showing like different ways they're using like different threads, and I thought, that might inspire me, you know, to make like a wall hanging. It's got like big fluffy yarns and different kinds of yarns, and some with a bit of lurex in it. And it's also showing cushions, granny square cushions. Again, no pattern, it's just showing them. Let's have a look what we've got. And that's showing some new patterns from Sirdar. They're to buy, so it's just an advert. Petal Power, there's a pattern for that, showing how to make a flower. Then they're going into the 60s chic, as you can see. I mean, they're not something that I would personally make, but they could be somebody else's dream. It's stockings in like a not herringbone, houndstooth from the dress. That one's showing a bag in squares and circular things to go in your hair. The white and black, although you can't see the black too good, for her hair. And that's a ring, earrings and some gloves. Very op art, you know, very 60s, yeah. That's the stockings, yeah. I wouldn't really make any of these myself, but plenty would. Showing the... Again, the things I like are usually adverts for patterns. That's an advert for a Peyton's pattern, which is not in the book. Lots and lots of adverts. Lots and lots and lots of. That's called Ankylosaurus. That's one that the people who like to do toys. I don't find toys to be my thing. I love them, don't get me wrong, I do like to see them. But they're just not my thing, I just don't enjoy making them. Oh, and that one's an article about how trends are coming back, how the granny square jackets and bright coloured jackets are all coming back again. That one I don't think I would do. It's like a t-shirt made out of fabric and you just crochet the sleeves. Unless you use very fine thread, it would make your sleeves a lot thicker, wouldn't it, than the actual thing. Now I've seen that as advertised, I think, in Ravelry. I do like that. I like the colours that's in it. It's called Bushy Yarn Stash. Well, that one says Flashy Stash. On the front it says Bushy Yarn. That again is an advert for patterns that I like. They're Stylecraft patterns. Again, you'd have to buy them separately. They're not in this book. I've already seen them on eBay and sort of like them. Excuse me. That's a bag. I've still got my dry mouth and my froggy throat. I think they're with me for everything. That one's a little child's pinafore dress. It's meant to be sort of styled on the idea of a teacup, or what you call them, a cupcake, not a teacup. I'm not really keen on that one. That's just showing you how to do a stitch. It's called puff stitch. It's not very easy to see in the purple, is it? But that's showing what you can make with the puff stitch. You can make yourself a bag. Or you can make a book cover, or you can make a purse. You know, with a little zip across the top. All in that same stitch. What have we got here? This is called Byzantium Bow. It's a shawl. That's just showing new yarns that's coming. These are people who make miniatures. I mean, when you look at them sort of perched on the end of a finger, some people have got so much patience, haven't they, to make something like that. Again, not me. Oh, and there's one for Dina. Broomstick crochet, how to do it. I can sort of do it, but I have terrible trouble getting my loops to lie even. This sort of one will be bigger than the other and it doesn't look neat. I think that's got a bit of broomstick in it. It's called Sunshine Strikes. I think that's the end. It's just saying, and that's going to be in the next issue, which is quite nice. Sort of vest with a hood. That was the Simply Crochet, issue 43. This one is the latest in the inside crochet. I saw these when I went supermarket shopping. Fatal, isn't it, to start looking at the magazines. They're actually, the supermarket is the only place that carries any crochet magazines at all. Usually I have to subscribe to them, and I've let the subscription lapse on this one because I was a bit short of money when it came up, but hey ho. I like the colours in that one. It's an advert for the yarn Manos del Uruguay Alegria. It's probably one of the more expensive ones. Talking about expensive ones, there's adverts in this book here for Woolfest up in Cockermouth in the Lake District. You may remember Cockermouth because it got badly hit by flooding last year it is. And it's in June sometime, so I'm hoping to persuade Sue to drive me up there. We shall see whether it ever occurs. It depends on her shifts, obviously, doesn't it? Holidays and things. That's called Country Walks. It's actually like a poncho or a wrap. It's not really a poncho. When they go over and I don't know what you call them. I call them a wrap more than a poncho. And that one's 2 scarves. Just trying to work out what this one's actually for. Oh, it's for the bag and the top on there. There's other pictures, I think. That one's so busy I didn't know what it was, but apparently it's for the little driving gloves. But there's another picture of it later on. And that one's nice, but it's a very intricate jacket. Again, there's better pictures further in. That one's showing you how to cover jam jar, preserve jar, whatever you call it. And you've got, I think there's only one page there, yeah. You've got chicken, excuse me, this is sorry about that. When I finally got to my phone, I didn't recognise the number. It just stopped anywhere when I got there. It takes me such a long time to get off this chair. It's a lovely sofa, I should say. Lovely sofa, but with me and my bad back and my knees, I can't get out of it. Right, here we go again. We got to the stage where it was chickens. It's a headband that's like a bunny. And they're bunnies that you stitch onto a cushion. Socks, a necklace, and little flowery things that you put over your bed. I don't really like that actually because it's got holes in between. They're just like linked together. It's not solid or anything, it's just a holey thing. Just decorative really, isn't it? And then this one is, we're not sure what it is. Oh, blanket trims. And that one is, oh, they're like little monster claw feet. They're further along in the book, better picture. So let's have another, see what we can see. Yeah, they do call this a poncho. Poncho, but it's, as you can see, it's one of those, you know, straight over. I don't know what I would call them. More of a cape, aren't they, than a poncho? That's the Celandine wrap. Again, I would call it more of a scarf. A wide scarf. And that's the Aqua Tint scarf. There we are. Bull's necklace. It looks rather like circles, doesn't it, fastened together? Which is what my video is going to be, fastened together. Yeah, tapestry, arrows, desk set. It's like a set for you. You're covering a jar, you know, to put your crochet hooks in. And it's also got like a book cover or what is it? I don't know what it's supposed to be. Oh, bookmarks and notebook cover. And that's a flowery bag. And that's baby blanket trims. Not sure what the giraffe's got to do with it, nothing, but. And as I say, there's a beautiful picture like that, and all it's for is actually the driving mittens. And these little puppets, my great nephew, he's got a little theatre, so little puppets would be nice for him. It's a bit late for Easter, but I'm sure he could make up a story with little chickens. There's crochet socks. I'm not really keen on crochet socks for the reasons I said before, is I've got very tender feet and they sort of hurt my feet. This is called the Annabella dress. I mean, A, it's too short for me, but I would make it as a top, but I would do it all in one colour. It's a nice close together stitch, not as opposed to an open work stitch. Right, those are the monster claws that you couldn't see really before on the baby. You wouldn't want it on a baby that was walking, would you? Because it'd be tripping over the end of its toes. Spring bunny applique. I suppose you don't have to put it on a cushion, you can put it on anything really. Ooh, the light suddenly went in and out then, I don't know why, because I'm in the daylight. This one's called the High Armour. It's very pretty, but it's very, very fine. It's done in crochet cotton, so it's a very fine jacket. It's a bit like what they call it, the filet crochet. I'm not much good with fine crochet, unless it's for babies, of course. And that's the baby bear headband. And that's a correction to the big sweater for one of the other. Yeah, that's the vintage flowers blanket. And as you can see by that, there's nothing. They're all whole. It's wholly. It's more like decorative. I wouldn't like that really, because I'd rather it was like granny squares or squares, not just loose flowers stitched together. There's a better picture of how they're all stitched together. And that's just showing you how to, that was in a previous book of these crochet, inside crochet. It's sort of telling you how to do it. The pattern for this is not in this magazine. It's just showing you how you can embroider on top of crochet. Don't think there's anything more. These are how-to stitches, etc, etc. That's it. And that's just advertising the stitching, sewing and hobby crafts. But I find when I go to any of these that they're all hardly any knitting in them. They're all sewing, hobby crafts, which is usually paper crafting. Nothing against people who paper craft and who make cards, but not my scene. And there's usually stall upon stall upon stall of these paper crafts and hardly any wool. So there is one in the Event City in Manchester in September, but I won't be going. Decided to give them all a go. Anyway, I've got to go up to the village, well, we call it the village, it's actually a town, and get a few little bits and pieces that I've still got missing, because tomorrow I'll be doing all the last minute hoovering up. I've got a pile of ironing still to do. My job, I hate it. I tried doing it last night, sitting down in my recliner chair, but I just couldn't manage it because I was still doing that to reach, you know, what I was supposed to be ironing, and I had to get up off the chair to hang up the things on the hanger. So I thought I'll just put something nice on the TV and just do some ironing while I'm watching that. So anyway, this is all I've got for really. I'm not sure if Sue's going to come this week. She's had painkilling injections in her spine, and they always knock her for 6 after she's had them done. So she doesn't usually come to see me until she's got herself sorted. So that's about it I've got to tell you. I probably won't be around as much because I can't really make videos when my family are here and the 2 big dogs are here. Oh, you might notice there's no little Gigi today. Unfortunately, his daddy's mum has died, so he's not in work, so he's got Gigi at home with him. And I'll have him overnight for 2 nights when they go down for the funeral. But until then, I haven't got him. He's at home with his daddy. So, which is probably better because I've got my 2 furry daughters, aren't they? What they are. My 2 furry ones will be here on Thursday. So I'm looking forward to seeing them. I haven't seen them for about almost 12 months, I think. I haven't seen them for. So I'm looking forward to the company of them. And they do get on with Gigi, surprisingly, even though there's a Rottweiler and a Rottweiler cross. I'll show you those when they arrive anyway. They're gorgeous dogs. They're my babies. I'm not going to have any grandchildren, so they're my babies. Anyway, after having to confess I've been spending money, which I shouldn't have been doing, I think that's all from me. And if you're in the UK, I would suggest you check out Kemp's wool, you know, Kemp's online. They have bargains. They're all branded stuff and they have bargains. They have a sale clearance page. I mean, it may look 2 or 3 times and there might not be anything that you're actually interested in. And but I mean, I've bought quite a lot from there. You get some real bargains because they buy, I think, the clearance lines, or they buy the discontinued lines and things like that. I mean, you might look one time and say, what's she talking about? There's nothing there I like. But I advise you to keep looking, because they are branded stuff that they have. They don't have what I call rubbishy stuff. They do have all that, all done very, very cheap, very cheap. They're cheaper than a lot of places that say they're on sales. Anyway, as you can hear, that's my beeper telling me it's time to go. And I have to go shopping while it's still sunshiny. Yeah, sunshiny. You did hear me say sunshine. So I'm hoping that it'll be still sunshiny when my family arrives. Anyway, bye for now. Bye.